My name is Raymond Karchevsky. I am a living Christ. Potentially, so are you. You see, you are not who you think you are. What you think you are is the product of your intellectual mind, the limited mind, the linear mind, the mind of concepts and ideas, beliefs. You see, that's an illusion. Life is what is. It is energy, the eternal flow of energy that never ceases. It takes many forms. That's the subconscious mind that you have also. But you have forsaken that eternal mind to submit to the invitation of the satanically ruled intellect, the mind that is programmable, the mind that is manipulatable, full of fictions, full of ideas, full of dead images that have been indoctrinated into you by satanic forces. Now, the word satanic is scary to most of you. That fear that arises in you in response to a word. You see, words are just words, they're symbols. They're not truth. But you see, you cannot transmit truth without the words that are required by the intellectual mind. I cannot communicate with you unless I use words that you have a grasp of. But you see, if you believe those words to be that which I'm speaking of, you are mistaken. You are merely mistaking the vessel, the word, which contains the undefined energy of truth. You see, otherwise truth has no meaning to you. Truth is overwhelming. It is all-inclusive. It is the realm of God itself, the infinite intelligence that will manifest itself on a finite realm of intellectualism. You must navigate in that world. That world is hell. Now, you have been trained to think in terms of heaven and hell. That's duality. Heaven is non-dualistic truth manifested in the moment of now, eternal now. That's how you know when you're living in heaven. Everything else is time-bound, and therefore intellectually grasped, dead, memory-based, and you strive to meet the standards of those dead ideas that appeal to your ego. You see, your ego is satanic also. It is based in duality. If you look at your world and how you view your world, you see it in terms of duality, of two, the you and the experience that you are watching. That's duality. That's hell. That's the normal civilized world of concepts and ideas that you adhere to, all of which are illusory. They don't really exist. They're fantasies, you see, and you believe them to be your world, your life. You create there and then the imaginary life of fantasy, the world of you, whatever your name may be, for your name also can be changeable, and therefore it is also illusory. Only truth is infinite, cannot be changed. And one's purpose in life on earth at this time, if you're here and now, living, observing your consciousness with all of its warts, all of its problems that exist, and I wait for you to dissolve those problems, dissolve those warts, so that you can find out who you truly are and live that life of love, of infinite understanding. That's what you're here for. You're here to find out who you are and your purpose for being. Life on earth is a testing ground, a spiritual testing ground. I, this living Christ, 81 years old, I've been through this segment of reincarnation, set with its special problems, and I have solved them for me and me alone. And I share that truth with you. But you may or may not understand, you may or may not agree, and you may or may not accept what I say to you as truth. That's your problem. That's your challenge. I'm not here to tell you how to live. I'm telling you what is possible. The life on earth, being hell, is such that it begs to be changed. It begs to be altered by your consciousness, but it scares you also. I'm here to show you how to do it. However, most of you rigid in your thinking, refusing to change your way of life, to change your behavior, you will reject what I say because you alter that into your judgment. It's merely my opinion. Well, you must understand what is truth, how truth resonates, how you can distinguish what is true and what is not true, and merely opinion. And that's your problem. That's your challenge. And I leave you to it. If you visit my websites, arkenterprises.com, and Lisa, Leesa, Ray, enterprises.com, you will see what this Christ has gone through. The problems that exist that would destroy most people, but did not destroy this Christ. This is not a brag, it's merely truth. And what I have done, so can you. See, now you and I live in this world. The difference between you and I is that I am not of this world. I live in the balance of a region of consciousness that is based in the balance of the subconscious mind, the infinite mind of creation, of God, and the conscious, intellectual mind, which is the mind of Satan, the mind of a dualistic opposing consciousness, partial consciousness, which deals with images based in illusion, ideas, concepts, fantasies, all of which are fictitious, and creates a fictitious world. And you believe that to be your world. I know that it is not the truth. However, I cannot convey that to you unless you are open to it and you are willing to suspend your judgments that have been forced upon you dramatically by those who controlled your mind almost from infancy. Schools. Most of you have spent 12 years of your life, fundamentally, and some of you go on beyond that into the collegiate university and the postgraduate work. You see, those are merely refined images of illusion that serve an illusory world, a satanic world. They become the experts. But experts in what? Experts in manipulation of consciousness. You see, they're all in hell, but they enjoy an upper region of hell, somewhat of a comfort, air-conditioned offices, but you're in hell. You're dealing with ideas that create obstacles for those who have not achieved those offices through education, satanic education. There I'm talking about the masses. I'm talking about those who, the vast majority of people who are the creators of this world, who blindly follow the advice of experts who have achieved a standard of living, of pleasure, comfort. Well, most of the people that they hold authority over live a life of suffering, of conflict, of contradiction, of wars, of crime, of narcotics, alcoholism, anything to alter their painful grasp of the world by an intellectual satanic consciousness. That's no way to live, but that's how most of you live. You live in hell. I, this living Christ, am the antidote to hell. I have walked the same paths you have, and I have removed the obstacles to those paths. And I attempt, because I can't do a thing about your level of understanding. That's for you to do, and only you can do it. So you can take what I say or leave it. It doesn't matter to me, because I am not of your world. I have been placed forcibly in that world, but throughout I have understood the truth also that has liberated me, allowed me to rise above the dualistic experiences that cause such conflict. These are my messages to you, and whether you accept them or not is your business. But if you watch my videos, such as this, and there are hundreds of them on the internet, you will understand that my consciousness can be your consciousness. For I have risen above the trauma of a dualistic world, a world of hell. And I share that secret with you. It is a secret because you all are habitual believers. Believers are persons who aspire to truth. Persons. First of all, persons are not living, breathing, flesh and blood men and women. Persons are a curse that is imposed upon you by fictitious institutions that you have created, such as government and religion. They're all satanic. They're both satanically ruled. You see, there are many other institutions, such as banking and corporate structures, that are also satanic. But government and religion remain the biggest, the most powerful influences upon your lives. And if you believe them, if you adhere to their policies, if you consent to being a person, you're lost. Well, that's your natural state of life. You're lost human beings. And you're hearing energy from a Christ who is not lost. And you're converting that into an idea, an opinion, that's merely his opinion. And everybody has opinions. You think in terms of that limitation, and therefore you remain the way you are, and you fight, you argue, you debate, you support wars, you support crime by giving your monies, your taxes and tithing, to illusions which threaten you, cause fear to arise in you, narrows your perspective. And you hope that by contributing to that with your life force in the form of money, that you will appease such satanic forces. Not so. You only take more and more and more of your energy until you are bereft. You are enslaved at the mercy of such forces. It's time to wake up, because it's all a dream, a nightmare, but a dream nevertheless. And you can awaken from that nightmare anytime you want by being quiet, by meditating upon the words of this living Christ and the truths that you see in your life. Truth has a specific resonance to it. Learn what that resonance is and look for that as a spirit of the words that you hear when someone speaks to you. Then you will know whether you are dealing with a liar or with a Christ, a man, a simple man or woman of truth. We can change our world, you see. You can change your world because you're the co-creator of your world. If you are operating in your subconscious mind, the mind of God, you are God. You are a God of your own life. And you can change that anytime you want. And collectively, you will create the kinds of relationships that allow for truth to guide you in life. That's why you're here. That's your purpose on earth. That's the reason why you are living now. Meditate on that, if you will.